People buy what products can do. The drowning man, for example.
Help!
Now, he isn't interested in the rope as a rope. He's only interested in one thing. Can it pull him out of the water? Not what it is, you see, but what it can do. Now, Nick, see if you can find the three customers again. So let's talk about product knowledge, which, of course, you know is vital. Some people think that product knowledge is concerned only with what your firms put into the product, but that's only half the story. Customers want to know what they can get out of it. Complete product knowledge means not only what it is, but even more important, what it'll do. Now, our three professionals knew what their product was, but this was the effect on the customers. Do they know what their products will do? Well, let's ask them.
And fitted with sealed lubrication unit.
Frank. Excuse me.
I say, no, over here.
Oh, hello.
Look, how's your product knowledge?
Word perfect. I was just telling him that's an IS, independent section machine.
But what does that do?
Well, it minimizes production hold-ups. If one section stops, the rest keep going.
Fair enough. Anything else?
Well, it's a variable flow machine.
And what does that mean?
Well, it means it forms glass in thicknesses from 0.5 millimeter right down to 1/32 of a millimeter.
Already it sounds impressive. Now, anything else?
Yes, it has double gob plungers.
Dear, oh dear, I thought he'd got it. Never mind, we'll come back to him later. Now, the electricity showroom. I say. Hey, I see you've got her undivided attention.
I don't understand. I've told her everything I know about this cooker. The cubic capacity of both ovens.
But did you tell her what they could do?
How do you mean?
Well, like taking the Sunday roast in the large oven.
Oh, and all the rest in the other. The Yorkshire puddings, the apple pie, the meringues for afternoon tea. No, I didn't, actually.
He didn't, you see. Didn't tell. You see, product knowledge doesn't just mean knowing all about what your product is, but also what it does. Now, I bet you knew that all along, didn't you? But it's still worth spelling out. Nick? Know what your product can do. Take your own product. Now, you should be able to think of dozens of things you can do. Try making a list afterwards. Compare notes with your colleagues. Build up complete product knowledge. For example, take a simple thing like that piece of rope. Now, it can do all sorts of things. It'll hoist a sail without jamming in the block. It'll lend itself to making decorative knots. It'll take a man's weight, even if he falls. It will float. So any fool ought to be able to sell it to that drowning man. All right, Nick.
Yes, hello again. Hello. Right, now then. This rope won't swell when wet, so you won't get it jammed in your pulley, do you see? Moreover, it won't break if you fall down a cliff, do you see? The more it'll lend itself to a Turk's head, a Rosen crown, a true lover's knot, which of course is pretty useful. He's gone again.
Well done. Word perfect. Just forgot one tiny detail. The poor guy didn't care what else the rope would do. He only wanted it to pull him out of the water. Simple, isn't it? Well, actually, it's not that simple. Because often different customers want the same products to do different things for them. For example, the same product, a matter of life to one man, can be death to another. Yet, some salesmen fire away with all the things the product can do, regardless of what the customer wants done. What does it matter if some miss, they say, so long as some hit the mark? Well, let's see, shall we? Nick?
And This automatic feature will take care of everything, leaving you free to watch the television.
I prefer to take care of my own cooking, thank you.
The customer's now on her guard. Suspicious. The salesman will have to work twice as hard to regain her confidence and goodwill. Now for another wide shot.
And, of course, our IS machine will work glass as thin as 1/32 of a millimeter.
Really? We make beer bottles, and by law, they have to be 4 millimeters thick.
Now this is much more serious. The salesman has dropped sharply in his customer's estimation. By being caught out in ignorance of the customer's business, he's cast doubt over anything else he might say. When a customer's short of time or temper, you can't afford to miss with your first shot. You may not get a second chance. So it does matter if your aim is wide of the mark. Now, why did those salespeople miss? Because although each of them was talking about something their product would do, it wasn't something that their particular customers wanted done. So, let's spell that out, Nick.